as we stand on the threshold of one of the most anticipated test matches in rugby union, the mighty Wallabies facing off against the British and Irish Lions, the Mint is proud to add something truly special to the excitement. For a limited time, Australians can find a striking coloured $2 Wallabies or Wallaroos coin in their change when they shop at participating Rebel stores and pay with cash. From the Wallabies' first international match to the fierce rivalries and unforgettable moments that have shaped our sporting identity. Importantly, these coins shine a light on the incredible rise of the Wallaroos, our women's national team, as they prepare to take on the world at the 2025 Women's Rugby World Cup in England later this year. For collectors and fans, we're releasing a premium 2-coin set available both at participating Rebel stores across Australia and also through the Mint. Whether you're tucking these coins into your collection, displaying them next to a cherished jersey, or passing them down through generations, they are a powerful reminder of what rugby means to Australians. I will always remember the thrill of seeing the Wallabies play at Twickenham when I was living in the UK. There's something special about supporting your home team overseas, and I'm sure that there are many Lions fans here in Brisbane this week just counting down the days until this exciting test match. It goes to show that rugby connects us with real moments, shared experiences, and in this case, a big piece of Australian sporting history. So whether you're a lifelong rugby supporter, a coin enthusiast, or someone who loves seeing our nation reflected in everyday places, pay with cash at your local Rebel store and keep your eyes on the change. Because sometimes it's the smallest things, a $2 coin, a game-winning try, a team singing our national anthem arm in arm, that carry the biggest meaning. I'd like to conclude by just saying, go the Wallabies, go the Wallaroos, and please let me now welcome Phil Waugh.
What's such an exciting time for rugby in Australia, celebrating the Wallabies up against the British and Irish Lions here in Brisbane this Saturday evening, and then the build-up to the Women's Rugby World Cup in the UK, and such great progress from our women's 15s rugby team. Thank you to the Royal Australian Mint. As you say, the gold coin, the $2 coin, celebrates awesome moments. This weekend, this series for the Lions versus the Wallabies is going to be an amazing series. And then the build-up as our Wallaroos go to the UK to tackle the world in the Rugby World Cup. So on behalf of Rugby Australia, thank you to the Royal Australian Mint. Thank you to all Australians as we embark on what's going to be a very exciting time for Australian rugby over the next few months. So we look forward to celebrating with many gold jerseys out there bought from Rebel, and clearly with the Australian teams on the gold $2 coin. Thank you very much and have a great morning, and I'll pass over to Steve now from Rebel. Thank you.
Cheers, thanks Phil. I too would just like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands here, the lands of the Yugara and Turrbal people, and pay my respects to elders past and present. So yeah, Rebel, we're extremely proud to partner with the Royal Australian Mint and Rugby Australia to bring this very unique piece of memorabilia that celebrates the history and the achievements of both the Wallabies and Wallaroos. So we know the level of excitement that this tour brings. I've been fortunate enough to experience 2 of these tours, and I can distinctly remember the last one. I worked for Rebel, and just the passion and the excitement that brought for the country, for sport in general, but particularly die-hard rugby fans, and particularly in Brisbane in the Queen Street Mall here. So obviously at Rebel we have a broad range of the merchandise for both teams, but to bring this as part of that for the experience for the fan to have this commemorative coin is a real honour and a real unique piece that is something that's definitely different to the last tour. So as mentioned, you can get these coins from tomorrow in your change in a Rebel store for the $2 tills, and especially for the die-hard fans and those coin collectors, the commemorative set will also be available from tomorrow. So as you've seen, I've seen some fans walking through here already showing their colours. I've heard some accents from team from supporters of the British Irish Lions that aren't in their colours. There's a real buzz around this match. and it's exciting to actually launch this today ahead of the game on Saturday. And we really felt it in the lead up with all the touring games, particularly here in Brisbane, starting off with the Reds game. And as that's toured around the country, we've really seen fans get behind it, and particularly this week in Brisbane, with all the merch on display with our pop-up here and in all our stores, we're really seeing that come to light. So really excited to see that build up as the week goes on, and that buzz kind of hits. And I was fortunate enough to attend last time, and there's not too many sporting moments or experiences that you can get with a packed out Wallabies versus British Irish Lions. So thank you. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We've had a few people want these coins already, so they're highly sought after. So once again, thanks to Rugby Australia and the Royal Australian Mint for the opportunity to bring this to the rugby fans of Australia. Thank you.
Just again, how special is it for this coin to be in circulation tomorrow?
It's a really special occasion for us at the Royal Australian Mint. We love capturing Australian culture on coins, and this is just another example of Australian culture on a coin, capturing a great sporting moment in our history. We do have this wonderful test match coming up between the Wallabies and the British Irish Lions, and then we also are sending our Wallaroos off to England for the Rugby World Cup, and we'd like to celebrate that at the Mint. So we've released this 2-coin set, and we will also have coins that people can get in their cash if they pay cash at a Rebel store.
That's all right. There you go. That was
Could you talk a little bit about the design of the coins?
Sure. We have a wonderful design. It is really intricate if you think about this beautiful design behind me on a $2 coin. We have these wonderful players rising up out of the grandstand over the field, and the beautiful colours of the green and gold represented on the coin.
I was just saying, you talked about how Rebel's involved in this and how it's sort of can get these points. Right?
Yeah, so Rebel's obviously partnering with a home of football, and we obviously sell the fan gear for both teams. And to have this idea come to life in Rebel, where the fan or even the coin collector alike can purchase that and get caught up, I guess, in the emotion and the buzz of the tour. When the opportunity came about and the idea came around, I certainly said that's something that we should capitalise, for the fan in particular, because it's a real memento. So the coins are obviously available as part of the change within store in the tills, or obviously you can purchase the commemorative pack in store as well, which will be a unique piece of item for the touring fans as well as the coin collectors and obviously the rugby fans as well.
You mentioned earlier the buzz, I'm sure you're already sort of seeing the spike in people that's interested. This happens once every 12 years. Have you got people getting into stores and trying to buy jerseys and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. As the tour's built and the British Irish Lions team hit the shores and the games are being played, we've really seen that groundswell of support, anticipation and buzz built, and particularly this week in Brisbane with the first test this Saturday, we've certainly seen that. Now merchandise sales sort of reflect that. So we can't wait for the touring party to hit Brisbane and tour the country, but there's no doubt this sporting event, as I said, I've been fortunate enough to experience the last one. It is like no other for a sports-mad country like Australia. It's very unique, and I think for the touring party to bring that extra level of excitement for the British Irish Lions, given it only happens every 12 years. So that's really what's unique about this moment, and we're excited to not only sell the merchandise in stores but bring activations to connect the fans beyond just the game itself. And we've had a number of appearances from players, a number of different activations and promotions all around the country, and that'll continue throughout all the tests as well.
So it's an awesome feeling. I think it adds an emphasis to what's going to be a great year for Australian rugby with the British and Irish Lions for the men and the Women's World Cup for the women. So it's awesome to see.
And clearly, the Women's Rugby World Cup later in the year is equally as important. So great to celebrate both teams on such iconic coins of Australian currency.
It does look like someone's got a helmet on, so that's not me. But sure, it'd be one of the Wallaby greats. It's pretty special to be on that coin. So whoever's on it, well deserved.
We've mentioned before, but the build up, the hype we've seen training now. There's a fan zone popping up across over at King George Square. How does it feel to be a part of this time in history as well, and then to be able to make your own in the coming days?
Yeah, it's just really special to be a part of, and hopefully we get to see a full house at Suncorp with mostly gold jersey. I'm sure there'll be a few red ones, but the whole of Brisbane's really buzzing, and it's awesome to see the town get around rugby. So really enjoying it, and really looking forward to the game on Saturday.
I was at Ballymore, and it's just such an exciting moment to have the women's game going alongside the men's, and it would be awesome to see a British Irish Lions women's team that we could play in the lead up to a World Cup next time. It would be something so exciting to get involved in as well. Seeing the hype that the men's bring and seeing how Australia turns out to get around it is amazing, and I just hope that our games will be just as full, and Australia will be getting around those as well.
In Brisbane, like obviously Harry's the incumbent. Do you think that he's sort of the right man to keep going on with sort of his experience and doing it personally?
Oh yeah, I think it's the team's getting picked tomorrow, so we still don't know who's going to be in the squad. So it's there's a bit of an element of whoever's in the team. There's plenty of leadership experience, and guys like James Slipper, Alan Alatoa have been captains of their countries before, and obviously Harry did a great job last year as well. So there's plenty of leadership experience there. So whoever gets the gig, I'm sure will do a great job.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much, guys.